Welcome to the Disagreeable Nerd podcast, a podcast where nerds from various ages and backgrounds get together to discuss movies, TV, books, and anything else that pops into their small, simple minds. Now sit back, relax, and let their ignorance wash over you.
And welcome back to the Disagreeable Nerd podcast, episode 113. I'm the titular Disagreeable Nerd, Gabi, main host of the show. With me are the people that support me, co-host with alongside me.
Wow.
Every now and then add some.
Wow. We haven't even introduced ourselves yet.
With me today, just
this
speaking, is Shardizzle. And on the other side of the Zoom computer,
this is Deej.
The Deej.
So
I'm here to just look pretty.
Well,
in his toboggan.
Our last episode, we discussed Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Yes, and
I haven't done a whole lot since then, except today we're going to discuss
Hawkeye,
the conclusion of the series, the first episode of Boba Fett, and also I'm going to trash Venom.
I was going to say
there will be carnage for just a little bit.
I was going to say we watched Venom last year.
Oh my God.
And that was
like seriously, like that seriously. That's the worst joke.
To do it so
I had to hear that
bad.
so many times yesterday at work.
That's worse than
Really?
anything I've ever said.
Hey, Deej, really? I only heard it like two times. Like, I'm surprised I didn't hear it that many more. I did it one time at work. I did it because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Somebody
said it, and I literally told them it was a dad joke.
I saw memes.
Somebody said to me, and I physically assaulted them with a slap across the face.
Was it Jerry?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wanted to.
You wouldn't assault anyone. Not even
mentally.
Not even a worm.
In my face, you should have seen what I did to them. A punch to the face. A power drive to the face.
I'm surprised you don't get into the joke because you're so that person.
That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is.
I've heard worse.
No, you haven't.
Whatever.
It is the worst joke to make.
Well, today I'm trying to learn how to edit some like a Zoom call for YouTube, and I was texting a friend of ours that has done it before, and he said to use this program called Resolve. It's free, and I said I'll resolve to get good at it. And I was like, why did I say that?
Why did you say that?
I mean, that's nearly as bad, but it's still not as bad.
That's bad.
See you next year.
Cringe. No.
I mean, there's really no wit to it. You just use the same word.
Yeah,
well, it's just stupid, but it's one of those things where you didn't hear it for a while, and then
you should resolve to not make jokes like that.
I'll resolve to never say "see you next year" on December 31st.
Resolution is to be a better person.
New year, new me.
Oh my gosh, they're terrible. People never go through with their goals.
I mean, like the turning of the clock, as it does every day, you're just going to instantly change your personality and be able to do stuff.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think your brain tries to tell you can do, like, it's like this like psychological thing. Like, oh, it's a new year. Now I'm like a whole nother person.
New year, but I'm the same piece of garbage I've always been.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, but I'm going to go vegan this year.
I'm the same fat, bald piece of garbage. I hate myself, but new year, new me.
I'm going to work out 3 times a day.
I'm never eating again.
Yeah.
For like a week before I forget, and then suddenly, just don't do it.
Suddenly I'm super motivated.
I guess it's like one of those weird things. You're just like it's fresh, like new 2022.
Feels the same to me.
I don't know. That's maybe how people feel.
It looks good on a calendar, you know.
Speaking of, do you guys use real like calendars, like paper calendars still? I thought about this the other day. No? Is that just me?
Only when I journal.
Only when you journal, but like when you were a kid, your mom or grandma always had a calendar.
Oh, Mama had one of those checkbook calendars that just, it was like tall about the size of a checkbook.
Yeah, I had one of those babies.
She had everything written down there.
That's my life right there. But now I guess you use your phone. But still, like I like to have like a physical calendar.
No, I used to have a calendar in my room. I just don't
hang
now.
Just write on it.
Yeah.
Phones have taken those away.
I have one that's a cat calendar.
Phones have also taken away memory of any phone number ever. The only phone number I think I know.
Oh my God. He doesn't even know our phone number.
Gina, Sade, possibly. No, I don't even know Dad's.
Actually, I'll be honest.
I think I do know
know
Dad's.
certain people's numbers too.
I do not know Deej's.
Dude, I don't know your number either, man.
I don't know anybody's. I know you and Gina's.
Mine, Char's. I think I know my mom's. I recognize your guys' numbers.
That looks familiar.
It's only if you
at least Gabi and Gina, because they're like the same besides one digit.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think I know Paige's.
If we call each other a lot, then I like know your number pretty well. Like
Well, because
I would recognize Mike's number.
If you put it under contacts and you name it, then the number doesn't pop up. It just shows their name.
Well, right. I don't know. I know you, Gina, Amy, and Bubba's number by heart. Totally. And I used to know my mom's, but she changed her numbers too much. And my sister, everybody changes their numbers too much. It's like, whoa.
Folks be getting those
new phones.
New numbers.
Mike has had the same number forever.
Yeah.
Since I first got my cell phone. So
what
that's
about
why I remember
you?
His. Me?
Yeah, have you changed your number?
Yeah, he changed his number a couple years ago. I remember that.
I think that's hard. Like your brain is got to recalibrate.
Yeah, it used to be 0085 was the last four, but that's been a few years.
Was that when you switched companies or something?
Yeah, I went to AT&T. Well, I got my own line. I got my own plan.
Oh, okay.
That's when I bought Char a phone, and me and her started on our own plan.
Sometimes
shortly before we were married.
Sometimes when we're podcasting, I always think of some questions I want to ask you guys, and I'm like, that's a good podcast question, and I forget to write it down.
Okay.
It makes me so mad because I'm like, dang it.
I'm ready.
I honestly don't remember what I was gonna say to y'all, but I wanted to tell you, I think of these cool, interesting topics, weird things we all do, and I forget to write it down.
Well, you don't have anything.
No, because I forgot to write it down. It makes me so mad.
Well, thanks for the tease. Thanks for claiming to have interesting topics of discussion, but then actually having nothing.
Well, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to prep you for next podcast. If I come up with something and you're like, why did Paige? Well, you don't have to question that because I've actually prepped it.
Maybe we wouldn't have if you hadn't said anything.
I don't know. I feel like you guys would have been like, that's super weird, Paige. Why did you bring that up or something?
All right. Well, let's get into the podcast since you have nothing to discuss.
Oh, well, are we going by our Y butts?
Do you have some?
Well, I don't really have any Y butts.
I guess you went skating.
But
no, let me guess.
I did buy some wheels.
This would be her. Are we going to go by Y butts? Sure. Do you have some? No, not really.
That's not what I said. No,
do you have are we going to discuss interesting topics? Yeah. Do you have one? No, I forgot to write it down.
You know what? Next podcast, I'm going to be better prepared. So I did buy some new wheels for my
your new resolution?
skates. Yeah, it is, Deej. Thanks. And Gabi he motivated me to finally buy some.
Do it.
I actually feel like you're like, do it, Paige. Buy your wheels. You're always talking about it.
I did provide some peer pressure. Sade has been wanting big wheels for her roller skates so that she can go over rocks and pebbles a little bit easier and cracks. And she's been talking about this since she bought the skates 2 years ago.
No, I bought these skates a year ago.
Okay, what? Since you got into skating,
literally a year ago.
Since you got into skating, was it a New Year's resolution? I want to get into skating.
No.
So then
you followed through with it.
I've been hearing about these big wheels, and I said, just freaking buy it. Just charge your credit card. I'm sick of hearing about it.
Deej, let me tell you what I did. Okay, for one, my credit card was maxed out, so I had to figure out a whole
$500.
Yeah.
Maxed out from buying the skates from last year.
So shut up.
She's been paying off them skates for a year.
So what happened was I found out there's this thing called Afterpay, and I somehow had
biggest mistake of your life.
Well, 4 free interest payments.
Like layaway.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I had exactly the right amount the down payment, the first amount in my checkings account, and so I got broke.
I literally just saw like a news article about people using
Afterpay, Klarna.
things like Afterpay and Afterpay.
Is it like bad or something?
Well, yeah, you just accrue a lot of debt because it's so easy.
Well, okay, this is my first time ever using it, and I'm never gonna use it again. Like I say that, but I'm never doing it. I just needed to do it for this one time because I was maxed out on my other thing.
Because you had 0 credit left.
Yeah.
So do you have any?
More on there.
Do you have any Y bets?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Do you have any?
No, I do
Y-bets?
not. I wasn't gonna do them. But you may not have been in the room when I said that.
No.
All right. Does anybody have any news?
I have one thing.
Go ahead.
So you know how like on TikTok we're always seeing like people make food and all this stuff, and people get inspired by the TikTok recipes. So TikTok is opening 300 restaurants in March, inspired by the viral food trends from TikTok. By the end of this year, there's going to be like 1,000 restaurants.
So they're going to steal the recipes of their users? Is that what this is?
I mean, honestly, I think it's kind of cool that they're like they'll get a lot of business. I feel like.
Are they getting paid?
Well, I don't know those answers.
Stealing that data.
I just
Paying off for them.
Well, it's going to be happening this year, apparently.
Is there going to be one near us?
Okay, I only know that they're doing it. I don't know those answers. Also, Betty White, R.I.P. Dude, did you guys watch Golden Girls ever in your life?
I mean, I've seen it. I didn't watch it
Me either.
myself.
I never watched that show. And I
It
honestly,
was well before our time, Paige.
let me tell you, I never even knew she was in it until like
Before
the other
my
day.
time. I mean, I was alive when it was on. but
No, like I all these.
I wasn't
You're
interested
old.
in watching
No.
Literally, that's the story of the show. A bunch of old women.
No, I'm not interested either. But I didn't realize she was in the show. That's why I said.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
She kind of played the ditzy one.
I did not realize Betty White was in Golden Girls because like I used to see like the little ladies, but she was I guess so young. They all blended in. They all looked alike. So
I think there's only one of them left.
No, she was the last one.
Oh, she
I
was?
was gonna say Betty White.
Yeah.
Oh, Rue McClanahan didn't make it?
They all died a while back.
Oh, man.
R.I.P.
99 years old. That's
She
a good
almost-
long
You've never
life.
seen that meme where it's like the other girls are like force ghosts in the background and it's got Betty White with like lightsabers out front?
No.
No, I've never seen this.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
You need to send that to
Old
me.
Betty. On the last day. She couldn't make it to 2022.
Almost to 100. Almost. to
100 years old.
So like, what happened to her? She just died of old age.
When you're 99 years old, it's because you're old.
Oh, okay.
There's no need to be. There's no autopsy needed. She's
Yeah, somebody-
old.
Somebody at work said, was she sick or something? No, she's old.
I guess it's because it's
old.
Betty White. It's freaking Betty White, man. What happened to you?
The heart's like, you know what?
You've been alive
I'm
this
done. I
Maybe you're
kept you alive 20 years longer than most people. You're good to go.
Well, I guess her being alive so long, it's almost like, whoa, what happened? Like I thought you were doing really good.
No,
Just like
nobody's
Queen
doing
Elizabeth.
really good at 99.
I mean, you never know.
That's like the vast majority of people are lucky to see 80.
Yeah, well, Queen Elizabeth's still kicking it.
Yeah, well,
Not for much longer.
God save the
What
queen.
is she, 95? Oh.
I don't know. She's in the 90s. I know that.
I think she's like 400 or something.
She's drinking the blood of young children is what she's doing.
Oh my
Up
God.
there.
I can't see. Oh, you're showing me that. Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I get it. I see it. Okay.
Deej showing the Force Ghost.
Oh,
Anyway.
he sent it to us. That was you that dinged us. I see. Yeah, that's
Ding
pretty
you.
good.
My phone's on silent.
Sorry, I always forget.
Oops.
Well, that's all the
Sorry.
news I have. I really don't have anything.
Did you
What
have
about you,
anything?
Deej?
No, I've seen nothing new.
Under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun.
There's a couple of trailers. Lost City, starring Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah, I saw that a couple weeks ago. It looks
Lost Cities?
Everyone
Interesting.
talking about how it's basically like Romancing the Stone, which I'm a fan of. And also, it's an adventure movie. I love adventure movies.
Oh, I did
It
see
didn't
this
look bad.
trailer. I forgot about that.
I mean, it looks pretty funny. Is that the one where Brad Pitt shows up? Or am I getting something confused? There's one where Brad Pitt comes in.
I don't think I saw that one.
Did you watch the full trailer?
I did, yeah.
Okay, I may have stopped and didn't.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I didn't get all the way to the end of the trailer.
You couldn't make it through. I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
Or I think I was at work and just didn't get through.
I get the general idea. You watch a trailer nowadays, you know the entire movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what. See, I stop in the middle because I'm like,
Like literally that whole trailer, I was like, okay, well, I mean, why do I need to watch the movie now?
I hate trailers nowadays. It's like you said, you almost see what's gonna happen. The spoilers.
There's Tom Holland in Uncharted upcoming.
Yeah, I've been seeing that trailer.
Looks god awful. God awful.
bad.
I'm gonna watch it anyways, though.
I mean, I will too because it's an adventure story.
And Tom Holland,
I
hello.
love. Yeah.
I like Tom Holland.
More like who's the other guy? Oh no, that's Mark Wahlberg. Never mind. So
Gotta watch it for Mark Wahlberg.
So we're gonna go find the treasure. Tell your mother hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey Tom.
I like your hair. Say hi to Mo for me, all right?
It's an SNL bit.
Oh.
Say hi to May for me, all right?
The Batman had a new trailer drop. I have not seen it, but apparently everybody's freaking out about it.
Oh.
Did you see that one, Deej?
Yes. I don't know if I would be freaking out about it, though.
Did you say
It was like more of him and Catwoman.
Catwoman? Zoe Kravitz didn't realize. Well, I didn't know she was.
Did you say Zoe?
Sorry, I follow her on Instagram.
Who is Zoe?
Her middle name is Zoe. Sorry, her name is
Zoe.
Her name is Isabella or Zoe Isabella. I
It's
follow her.
Zoe.
Well, I know, but on her Instagram,
there's an E on the end of it.
Okay, listen, Deej. On her Instagram, I kind of just we're just kind of like that, I don't gotta have to say the OE.
You got tight. You got to shorten the name. Zoe's too long.
Zoe.
I'm sorry.
We ain't got time for that E.
Well,
What's up, Zoe Crab?
well, her Instagram name is literally Zoe Isabella Gravitz.
Spell that, please.
Zoe.
So there is an E. Zoe.
So, but her little E has a little 2 dots.
Oh yeah, umlauts.
So
I think those are called.
I think I just thought it was Zoe this whole time.
No, it's Zoe. Especially with those markings on it, it means that there is a specific pronunciation of those E's, and we're probably not saying it right. It may be Zoe or Zoa.
Zoe. Have you ever heard her mom say it to her in an interview or seen her?
Lisa Bonet? I have not.
I just have always thought it was Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, I've seen lots of Lisa Bonet interviews.
She's real hot right now.
Yeah, she's doing lots of stuff.
Oh, well, I think we should use
Living off the alimony of Lenny. That's what she's doing.
And husband, what's his name? Jason?
Yeah, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Who? Lisa Bonet?
You didn't know this?
They've been married.
They've been married for a while.
That's right.
He's in love with her.
That's right.
I just remember him saying that. He first saw her. He instantly.
She's attractive.
He knew he wanted to spend.
She was
his
my
life with
favorite
her.
Huxtable when I was growing up.
She was also my favorite.
Frack Rudy. I hated that kid.
I didn't hate him.
And I was about him.
Her? Rudy Huxtable?
Rudy Huxtable, the
Sorry,
little girl.
I'm mixing up another show with this show. My bad. Rudy's the one.
The football movie?
No. For some reason, I forgot Rudy. I used to think Day looked like Rudy, and I kind of forgot. I'm thinking of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and mixing it.
Adriana Huxtable.
I don't know.
No, the girl, the little sister on Fresh Prince. Like I wonder what happened to her. She tried to sing and then nothing. I thought she would look like a person that you think's going to become popular.
Well,
Very attractive, talented young person.
Popular with Lenny Kravitz.
On a
and Jason
smash
Momoa.
hit. On a smash. No, I'm talking about the girl on Fresh Prince.
Oh, you're talking about somebody else now. Sorry.
I forget her name.
you talking about the sister? You saying Hillary?
No, not Hillary. The young sister.
Oh.
Like she's somebody that, while watching that show in the 90s, you think, oh, she's going to become huge in the future. Nothing. Never heard from her again.
Wish, for some reason, I know who you're talking about. Talking about the little girl, that little girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, as the show goes on, she grows up Sounds super creepy now. You just had to go there.
I seriously was letting you talk.
No, I mean, when she's good, never mind. Next time.
You need to stop.
Calm down, old man.
Creepy old man.
I'm just saying she became.
You're not making
became
it.
what?
You're not making it better, Gobs. Stop.
Take a drink.
Oh my
Calm
God.
down.
You can't even compliment people these days.
Lower your heart rate.
Gobby,
I'm coming, Betty. I'm coming to see you.
This is the big one.
All right. Let's see. What else did I have here? That's pretty much it. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse. Did we discuss that in the trailer?
So I wanted to know because I did not sit through for Spider-Man. Was that the same thing they showed?
I haven't watched a trailer by itself, but I've been told.
I've seen the new
was.
trailer for the Doctor Strange movie, and I didn't know if it was the exact same footage from the Spider-Man.
I'm sure it is. All right.
It was an actual trailer. It wasn't like a teaser or anything.
Well, unless you have anything else, let's move along.
let's do it.
Okay, let me quickly discuss the Venom because DJ talked. You mentioned.
No, I didn't really talk about it. I just said I've seen it, and it was what it was.
Well, the whole time we were watching Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Gobby kept saying, he said this is awful. I think he said the word awful 5 times or 10.
He was right.
But I thought it was funny because I didn't think it was awful. I thought it was entertaining. I don't know. It was funny.
I went into it not expecting it to be anything but what it was, and I was okay with it.
I mean,
Part 1 was better, I think.
I've seen the first one, and the first one was terrible too. To me, this is a property that just does not translate from comic book to live action. Even a cartoon, make it a cartoon, make it an animation. But
I
think it translates. I think Sony just sucks with this property.
The visual effects look super weird.
They're awful.
The voice is him fighting with the voice inside him that is Venom.
Bad.
It's just so corny. It's absolute cornball.
Yeah, it should be Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
DJ's been sitting on that one for a
I
while.
kind of was wondering how long.
No, I just came up with it when you said
That's
corny.
good. That's good.
Hey, DJ and Gobs, I just want to, without looking, I want you guys to guess what Rotten Tomatoes gave Part 1 and Let There Be Carnage, Venom. So, Venom, what do you guys think?
Venom
OG
Part
Venom?
1,
Yeah.
I'll say
No, don't.
I really just want to go down the middle 50%.
You're saying that for Part 1?
Yeah.
I was going to say 54.
Okay. You guys ready for what it is?
Yes.
Or do you want to go ahead and guess the other one?
No, go ahead and give us this one.
Okay. 30%.
Okay.
Ouch.
That makes sense. Well, it was such a smash hit. I thought maybe it got slightly better.
I was very surprised by that, actually.
Really?
That it got 30%.
You thought it'd be lower?
No, I thought it'd be at least 50%.
No. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. People like it. I don't understand it, but people like it.
Okay.
So I can't imagine this one being lower than 30.
Let There Be Carnage. What do you think?
I'm going to say, based upon that and based upon this one, oh my God. It's so hard to figure out.
It is, because, I mean,
I'm going to go
still blows my
lower.
mind.
I'm going to go lower. I'm going to say 24%.
Deej?
I'll say 38.
58%.
Oh my
That's
God.
I'm like, dang.
The first
I was closer
one
with my first guess.
I thought the first one was better.
It was. The first one was so much better to me.
And I'm looking at Rotten Tomato,
I say so much better.
critics.
Not that much better.
I'm about to say, come on now.
well, okay, the audience was 84 and tomato meter, was 58. So I was like, that's really interesting. I did not expect that.
84% of the audience liked Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
And so in this one, he's fighting himself. Venom's fighting the exact same. It's.
So yeah, I don't understand.
Well, that's the first movie. He just fought another symbiote.
I know.
part
so
of himself
He
is
just leaves pieces of himself everywhere to go fight later on. Oh my God.
he kept calling himself father, or the Carnage was calling him father.
Like the acting in this movie is so bad from Tom Hardy. I mean, it has an amusing moment, maybe two.
There was a few that I thought was funny. I laughed out loud a few times. Maybe not maybe not because of the comic or the the funniness of it. Mostly just how crazy and stupid. Like, what the heck?
I think it was an honest trailer for it I watched, and it cut out Venom's voice, and it was pretty daggum funny because you don't really see how long the pauses are before he talks to somebody in the movie because you're always hearing Venom talk back to him. But like in the instance of them sitting in that restaurant and she was telling him that she was engaged or whatever, and every time he would have a back and forth with Venom, he was just sitting there just in silence while she's just waiting for a response, and he's just sitting there, and it's just quiet because you don't hear Venom talking. And it was so super awkward that once you notice things like that, you're like, there's no way that this could actually work in real life. People would like think he's crazy, which they already do. Yes. But like even more crazy than he is, because he's like sitting there like just looking around while she just asked him a question and he's not talking to her.
Oh, I kind of want to I kind of want to watch this now to
it's
get
bad.
A visual. But I know what you're saying, because like we hear it because it's a movie and they want us to
Yeah,
hear
it's like if you asked me a question and I just sat here in silence and was like, my eyes were just like wandering around and I was making facial expressions.
Make a whole conversation with yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear you.
The only line,
what's going on in your head?
the only line I laughed at, and it was just so random, when he said, "No one likes you, Dan," in this movie.
Gabby did laugh really loud when he said that.
And like that was the new boyfriend of his
Anne
old girlfriend.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Oh, that wig that's still got the wig on her. I don't get it. Why the wig?
I don't. This movie is absolutely atrocious. It's so terribly. It's almost like a parody. Like that's what's almost like.
That's what I said. I feel like they knew it was bad. They're like, it's bad. Let's just go with it. It's just
they're going the Sharknado route. Is that what we're doing with a?
I don't know.
What did it make last time? Like $700 million at the box office. It was absolutely insane.
I don't know, with this movie or these movies, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I kind of, didn't go in thinking it was going to be an amazing movie, but something about it I just really like, because I guess I just was entertained by it all. So I didn't hate it or anything.
It's disappointing for me because I really like Venom as a character.
Oh, I see.
I mean, is he
what they've
comedic?
done with it?
Is he like super comedic in the comics?
No.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So Eddie Brock was always a serious character.
Why are we going this route then? I mean, it's almost like it can't be done any other way, because the animation just looks like him springing out of his back, and it's just so weird. It's a weird property.
It's just bad CGI.
It's a weird property. All right. Well, I give it a 3 out of 10. Next up, we're going to discuss briefly, just kind of an overview. Hawkeye, I finished the season. Thoroughly enjoy Haley Steinfeld. Like,
oh yeah, she's amazing.
If she's in something, I'm going to enjoy it. She just has a charm and wit about her, and she's an excellent actress to boot. I've liked her ever since True Grit.
I've seen her in a few other things. Well, did you like her in Bumblebee?
Yes, excellent. Really liked Bumblebee.
Like,
I really liked the show. I didn't think I was gonna like it because it was Hawkeye, and who gives a crap about Hawkeye?
Who cares about Green Arrow, basically?
I guess
really
it's
liked
Marvel,
the show, though.
so I like Marvel in general.
Yeah, I thought they did really well with it. I liked it better than Hawkeye, or not Hawkeye, sorry, the Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yes. There was more chemistry between Hawkeye and Kate Bishop than there is between Winter Soldier and what's his face.
You didn't think Bucky
Falcon.
and him had chemistry?
No, Bucky and Falcon.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, it's okay, but not. A lot of times it seems forced. Like,
I'll say the lowest. I think the worst part of the show was Jeremy Renner.
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan.
I feel like his acting wasn't, his acting's always poor to me, but I feel like he was the low point for the show.
he's one of those guys where that's kind of his deal. Is he's like kind of the quiet guy.
Yeah, I didn't feel like he was horrible, but he's the quiet one. Like even in the Avengers, he's not like a huge.
He's not much of an emoter.
He has no personality.
No personality. He's very blah. I don't like him. And I declared that before.
Which makes me happy they're replacing him.
With her?
With Haley.
Yeah, good riddance. Go be with your family.
Yeah, he's old and can't hear.
So,
he's old and deaf.
So spoiler alerts for Hawkeye season 1.
I'd say the best part was definitely, since we already said spoilers, the best parts was obviously Yelena and her.
Oh, yes. They need to make a movie together.
Yes,
they had a lot of good.
Great.
They're both
chemistry.
very charismatic actresses, and I love the banter and the back and forth, and like them fighting but not wanting to fight each other and hurt each other, and
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
like approving of each other's moves, and it was
almost
great.
like they set up another relationship because it was like Hawkeye and Black Widow, and now we got another Black Widow and another Hawkeye. It's like the same characters.
A parallel.
I liked that DJ, and I also like whenever she was in Haley's apartment and they were talking and
making mac and cheese.
yeah, she was like, I'm surprised you didn't kill me or something. She's like, well, she was like saying I would have already killed you if they like agreed that
I would have killed you already if I wanted to.
Yeah, I wanted to.
I
Like
could have killed you as soon as you walked in the door.
They kind of both like acknowledged that. I don't know, the way they interchanged that was just, I loved it.
Her making the mac and cheese was apparently a callback to the Black Widow movie when they were both kids. And she says in that one, not Florence Pugh, but the one that plays the young her, says something about her wanting mac and cheese. I heard that on a different, much better podcast that does more insightful deep dives. Film.
Not our podcast.
No, I don't catch any.
We should do more deep dives.
I don't have the capabilities.
But DJ, like, watching all these like videos on YouTube and like you were saying.
Sometimes I have insight. I haven't seen anything
Venom
on Black
thing.
Widow because it wasn't really like a big thing, I guess.
No.
I mean, when you said in Spider-Man that the actual dudes, Sandman dude and Lizard dude weren't actually there.
That was my own insight just because I remembered the scenes.
I was going to say, I didn't know that.
I've seen those movies a lot, so I knew that they were not real.
And
just reused footage.
I liked the show, the season overall, as DJ says. I like Kate Bishop. I like Florence Pugh. I always intermix the character names and the real, and I shouldn't do that. I should stick to one or the other.
Right.
Haley Steinfeld, Florence Pugh. Don't care for Jimmy Renner. The mama character, I saw that coming. Something was going on with her. Me and Sade talked about it. We're like, she's
the mom's
bad.
super not like, she's sketch.
They did a good job though with the Jack character. Was that his name, Jack?
Yeah.
Yes, I about to say I really liked Jack.
Yeah, he ended up being actual okay. Like I was like, oh.
Like I thought, I fell for it. I'm like, oh, something's up with that guy. No, he's just a big dork.
Yeah.
Like swords.
He likes playing with swords.
I like that part. What's the name of the tracksuit bandits? What was the name of them?
It was like literally like tracksuit gang or something.
The tracksuit gang. Like that's a stupid name.
Were they in like?
Oh my god.
Were they Russian or?
Were they
some of them
sponsored by Adidas? What's the deal? The tracksuit gang. It was so stupid.
Like I was watching the Royal Tenenbaums, which I think they made a joke to that, didn't they?
Surely they did.
Did y'all?
I'm pretty sure they were talking back and forth, and they said something about the Royal Tenenbaums. He's like, "Do we look like them?" And he's like, "Yes, we do."
Oh, I totally missed that. Did you guys like Maya? How did y'all feel about her?
I liked Maya. I liked her character.
Is that the Echo, the deaf character?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what confused
Echo?
me. Like, I kept hearing Echo. I think she becomes Echo.
I don't know who that is.
I just know they called her Maya the whole time. I don't remember Echo.
Again, I listened to other podcasts, and apparently she's going to have an offshoot podcast. And I think she becomes a character named Echo.
She gets an offshoot podcast or offshoot show.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, I don't think he means
offshoot show. Offshoot show. A spinoff. Apparently, they're going to do a spinoff called Echo with her character, is what I understand.
I liked her.
I don't think she's worthy of her own show by any means. I mean, she's fine. She reminds me of the same type of attitude and look as the girl from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I've never watched that show.
Like the real
Rodriguez.
Yeah, the real tough girl. I don't know.
Is it Rodriguez, or am I just being racist? Although I'm Mexican.
You're Mexican. It's okay.
Well, the thing is, she had this toughness about her, but at the same time, she did have soft spot, but she only showed like her tough side most of the time.
Just,
like never changed. Like she was always this person.
Right.
Kind of wanted to see more of her.
It was like, quiet, tough. I don't know. No, you're Stephanie Beatrice.
Avenge
Well, that's her real name.
Beatrice. Oh, and her name in the show?
Her name. Wait, are you talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Or
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't get it to pull up. It's Detective Rosa something.
Rosa. I can't remember. I watched it.
There's another thing with the Hawkeye that I was not sure about. I was going to ask you guys. So, like,
Diaz.
Rosa
Diaz.
Mob boss dude.
Kingpin?
Yeah, like, did he have
From
some kind
Daredevil?
of power?
Okay, this is a point of...
No.
I didn't watch Daredevil, by the way.
Well,
so.
it's a point of contention because in the Daredevil show, I don't think he did. He was just big and strong.
Gubby, I think he could have been like your brother or something. Because y'all got like this mob look, mafia look.
They say in the comics, like he has like super thick skin and he is like just slightly powered. Like he's just like super strong. Not like Captain America even strong, but just like he's a little bit tougher than normal.
Yeah.
And like when she shot him with the arrow and he just breaks it off.
He sure did break that thing out.
And it's just...
Maybe he had some armor underneath.
I don't think so. I think he's just a big guy.
Big, tough.
He's just big and strong, which
mob guy.
in the comics and stuff, he's like huge. He's like gigantic.
Yeah, with a little pinhead.
But you remember,
like in Spider-Verse?
You remember in Spider-Verse, right?
Spider-Verse. That's Kingpin.
That's how he looks in the comics.
That makes sense. Okay.
And
he's just a huge
and he's
guy.
strong, like super strong. Not super strong,
but
just,
he's just
slightly stronger than normal.
I got it.
He can throw Spider-Man around very easily.
But I like him too. Vincent, he's very menacing. Vincent D'Onofrio, you
liked him in the show?
Yeah, he's just like, his presence is just intimidating.
There's something weird he does with his voice that I like.
Yeah, he's good.
Like he's always restrained, like he's got like a rage behind his voice or something. Like he's ready to just kill anybody.
He's also moment. Like sweating a lot. Did y'all notice that? Glistening off his forehead.
He's a big guy.
Punch you.
Oh, I'm not trying to like make fun of him. I don't know. It seems like that was part of his
He's a very sweaty man.
Sweatiness. I don't know. Why are you sweating? You're not even doing anything.
Why are you so damp?
Damp and dank.
Funky.
What does dank mean?
I think dank is kind of like this like that feeling. Atmosphere.
Dank is usually a word used for weed.
Oh, I did not know that, Deej. I actually thought it was like a feeling.
Does it mean like spoiled or rotten or?
No, it means like potent.
This is some dank weed.
Damp.
You know, like if you say like a cave is like dark and dank. It's like
well, that's what I'm saying.
Dank. It says disagreeably damp, musty, and typically cold.
So you don't want dank weed.
No, you do want dank weed.
Oh, you do want dank weed.
Yeah,
you want
like
it to have some must on it.
Oh, and they said it. They use this word for marijuana. That's weird.
But in a good way, right?
I didn't know that. Yeah. It says something as excellent.
Right.
Especially
like it's powerful.
Super
potent.
weird.
I don't know. No.
I didn't know that though. Learn something new every day.
I'm not a weed expert.
So overall, overall thoughts on Hawkeye? We seem to have liked it.
I loved it. It was really good.
I agree.
I love Haley.
I don't know that I'd say I loved it, but it was really good. I would put it. I'd put it right up there with
I loved it.
Loki and Hawkeye. Loki, Hawkeye, WandaVision.
You mean Winter Soldier? Like
No, I have
No, he
not
didn't mention
mentioned
that
it
at all.
for very specific reasons.
Oh, well, whenever you said Hawkeye, I thought you were trying to list all the ones that came out.
No, because it doesn't even make the list.
Oh.
It was good, but it wasn't.
I'm still going to have to
guess
go.
I really like the
I'm
Winter
still going
Soldier.
to have to go Loki, Wanda, then Hawkeye, and then Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier, I mean, it was something to watch. I didn't hate it when I was watching it, but it was rather bland in hindsight.
I'd agree with that ranking.
What was yours again? Say it again.
Loki, Wanda, Hawkeye, Falcon.
Deej.
He
Yeah,
said
I'd
he
agree with
agrees
that.
with it.
Yours is the same. Okay. Mine would be Wanda, Loki, Hawkeye, and then Winter Soldier.
That's right. That's a good.
Because I want to put them all in the ranking.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's appropriate.
I mean, they're both
Hawkeye.
pretty much the same ranking. We just switched the top two.
Falcon deserves to be at the bottom, though.
I loved WandaVision.
It was very
Like
good.
a lot. Like I loved it. I loved the setting.
It was
I did
unique.
too, but I liked Loki more.
I love the time aspect to Loki.
I just did.
And like
Yeah.
the whole multiverse. That's where the multiverse kind of starts right there. Oh wait, was that the first one? In the MCU proper, not Spider-Verse?
You asking
Is that the first one to start?
if it
Well,
The multiverse thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Was that it? Okay. All right. Well, let's get to the next topic and our final topic of conversation.
Which, just I'm going to throw this out there real quick as a
Okay.
point. I'm still really confused by the whole multiverse thing because, like you said, they started that with Wanda and then Loki and then Spider-Man. And it's all like, if this thing has already started, why is each one of these like its different point of starting a multiverse? Like Wanda started the multiverse, Loki started a multiverse, Spider-Man started a multiverse, but we still haven't got the multiverse yet.
I don't know.
When does it actually start is my question.
I don't know.
Is it with Doctor
Apparently,
Strange
Doctor Strange.
and Wanda? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But
Don't ask me.
they keep starting it.
Definitely
It's been
don't
started
know.
3 times and they're still not there yet.
I mean, yeah, and the timeline goes crazy. You get all these split offs. I don't understand.
maybe there's a multiverse to the multiverse.
It's a multiverse cubed.
When does Jet Li come in?
That's what I want to know.
So many characters.
I will be the one.
Starts.
Okay.
Main topic. Sorry. go
The
ahead.
Book of Boba Fett. Episode 1.
Every time I hear Boba, I think of tea. Boba tea.
I know. Everybody's into boba tea.
Hey, I was into boba tea like 3 years ago, dude.
Boba's been around since 1979. When was Empire Strikes Back?
It was definitely in the 70s, right?
70. Yeah, I think it was 79.
Because Star Wars was 77.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know if it
then
was 79 or 80.
Revenge of the Sith was 82.
Revenge of the Sith.
I mean, sorry, Return of the Jedi. Sorry. Well, it used to be Revenge of the Jedi. I'm sorry.
LOL.
It was Revenge of the Jedi before it was Return of the Jedi. I'm apologizing. Sorry.
1980, Empire Strikes Back came out, and Boba was first sighted, and people thought he was so super cool because he had a rocket pack. Good
I've got
God.
all 3 posters on my wall, and I was trying to find the date on them.
Wow.
Then in Return of the Jedi,
I don't think there's a date.
he gets hit with a stick, crashes into Jabba's ship,
That's that word.
It was
I
a
can't say.
Goffy stick.
falls into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, that word.
Actually, I don't know if it was a Goffy stick or not.
Like,
I imagine it was.
like a
So
loser.
you know the guy who plays Boba Fett, Tamir? How do you say Tamir?
Tamirin or something.
Tamira.
Tamira Morrison. Tamira Morrison.
Yes.
I like him. He has like this.
Oh my God.
You don't like
Okay,
him?
well then me and you are going to completely disagree on this show.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like him.
I'm just a simple man. Trying
Why-
to make my
wh-
way in the universe.
Why don't you like him?
It's like watching paint dry. His acting. He doesn't talk about. Give me Jeremy Renner any day.
I guess it's really not
Ouch.
that. I guess I just like the way he. Okay. Let me ask you this first before I say anything. What is Boba Fett supposed to be like?
He's supposed to, according to all the nerds that loved him a long time ago, and then they wrote all these books that don't count no more in the legends. He was a bad mamma jamma.
Bad.
Yes, he was.
Jamma jamma?
I mean, he was a bounty hunter, and he was ruthless and did what he needed to do.
So you don't think
And they have completely altered that whole story, which I don't care. I never cared about Boba Fett. I never liked Boba Fett because I was a Han Solo guy. Or Luke. I don't care about this small bit part in this movie that these people just latched onto. But that happens in Star Wars. They'll latch onto the smallest character.
That's to say that they latched onto it in the movie. They didn't latch onto it in the movie. They latched onto it in the extended universe that no longer exists. Because Boba Fett had his own. He had his own thing going in the EU or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Legends. So did all the other bounty hunters that were on that ship. When Darth Vader's talking to all of them, and he's like, "No disintegrations," talking to all the bounty hunters. Yeah. Every single one of them has their own story, pretty much.
There's
Boba Fett, there's Bosk, there's IG-88.
Just like Wedge Antilles. They've wrote books about him.
Exactly.
Why
people like the character. That doesn't mean that
why are we giving
the movies
these
do justice.
Why are we giving these people such backstory?
I just kind of felt like they were kind of setting up him, and we're just kind of seeing this back part. But I feel like in episode 2, we're really gonna see him become baddie. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, here's the
I feel like the first episode was, just much a setup. I feel like...
I think he is going to be ruthless and what you're saying. We just haven't seen it yet.
Well, here's the deal. We've seen it. It was in Mandalorian season 2. He kicked butt.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
one
true.
One of my biggest problems, the actor, the literal actor, the real life actor is 61 years old. He too old to be doing this action show. He's old and kind of big and stiff.
Would you say the same thing about Harrison?
But Boba Fett... No, you're missing the point. Boba Fett went to the Sarlacc pit in 1983 and literally comes out in this show who knows? There's no timestamp as to how long he was down there. A few days. I don't imagine very long, or else he'd be dead. No. So he comes out, and he's 60-year-old Tamira Murison. It just doesn't work. Boba Fett, they should have recast him, but they did Attack of the Clones and showed his face, and they felt some sort of loyalty to this actor. I get it, but he's old. They needed to just recast him with a younger 40-ish year old person, because the timeline of this show is still way back then.
Okay, so when episode 2 came out and the character of Boba Fett was 10? So it's been almost 30 years, so he's 40, around 40-ish. Yeah, so he's roughly 20 years
40.
Too old.
And this guy that's playing him is a 60-year-old man.
I'd say he looked pretty good as a 60-year-old man.
No.
Sure.
It's got to be more than that, because there was some years between 2 and 3.
And they're saying, the people that are talking, the other podcasts I listen to, where I get my information from and then spewed it on this one, there's a guy on there that's super smart. Listen to Slash Film for deep cuts into this. He says the Mandalorian, there's not been a time established in that world proper, but they're saying 3 to 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi.
Right.
So that would still put him...
He's in his 50s. I feel like he's in his 50s.
I think he's in the 40s. But either way. Okay, so just forget the fact that the guy's 20 years older than he's supposed to be. He just ain't a good actor.
I don't know. I don't really feel that for some reason. I don't know. I feel like
I just don't,
they're just setting it up.
You're telling me that all those clone troopers that he was in episode 3 and 2 was not good acting?
No.
Okay.
I guess right. It's just blah to me.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
And so then he crawls out of the Sarlacc pit, which was in comics. It was in books. Everybody that's... And fair enough, people that wasn't aware of that have no idea. Okay, so they want to see it on screen. Okay. But you watched Mandalorian, probably 99% likely you watched Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 before you're watching Boba. There's a chance you don't. So they got to start from the beginning. Okay, I get that. But Boba Fett is in Mandalorian season 2. he's kicking butt, and apparently he's a good guy now, right?
Nah.
Good-ish. But he does say the line, he says that line in season 2, I'm a simple man making my way, right?
Oh, does he?
I think so.
No, so he just echoes his father.
Yeah, and then people like freaked out about it. I think I remember hearing that on that. on the
Nerds.
And so, yeah, he says that line, and then, so he's not really bad. He's not good, but old Boba Fett was straight
He's
up
a bounty
bad.
hunter.
Yes. So in this one, so he gets out of the Sarlacc pit. It starts off with him taking Jabba's, taking over the palace from Bib Fortuna, which I'm not familiar with that character.
He was from Return of the Jedi. He was like the right hand man of Jabba.
The Twi'lek?
Yeah, the little white one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just super fat when season 2 of The Mandalorian came around.
Oh, okay. So it was Jabba's palace or Jabba's domain. Then Bib Fortuna takes over, and apparently he's dead now.
Yeah, Boba killed him at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Okay.
He
So
walked in
then
and shot him.
So then now Bubba's in charge of the underworld that Jabba and Bib apparently used to be over, right?
Yeah.
So it's,
Although I'm confused about that. I guess Bib wasn't on the yacht when it blew up.
don't get me lying. I don't know.
I guess he just stuck around the palace. I don't know.
So yeah, so we're doing that. We're doing the quote unquote modern time of Boba. And then when he's in the Bacta tank, which is a healing process, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Back to like a super medical fluid or something. You're just floating it.
So why he's
it's what Luke was floating in.
Yeah.
In Empire Strikes Back after he got mauled by the Wampa.
right. Yeah. But Luke was straight up and
underwear.
down, and this guy's laying down like in a coffin type deal. So while he's in that, he's having these flashbacks to when he breaks out of the Sarlacc pit, purely for story building, expositional purposes.
Which I kind of like that they're building that for people who might be new,
I get that.
who may have forgotten and kind
Or
of.
probably or like you did not know he broke out of the Sarlacc pit, right? Okay, so it makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, but I mean, he did that in the EU, which is no longer canon, so they got to set up new stuff.
Right.
I just kind of like that they did or bring in like these little what do you call it?
Some of the details that they were putting the
Details.
pieces together to how he got to where he's at now.
Yeah, I kind of like that for myself because I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. Things.
And I can get that. I mean, it's and that's part of it is that people like me and Deej knew of all this, so it's like blah blah blah.
I guess when you like watch Star Wars for a long time in your life, and then I just started watching it like in 2015.
Right, you like a few years ago.
Like so,
you got a lot of catching up to do.
Well,
I've been watching Star Wars for 20 some years.
Yeah, right. So like you guys know the characters so well, and like I'm still like I know the characters, the main, but I don't know all these details, like and I'm trying to catch up. Y'all saying a whole lot of stuff right now, and I'm like, dang, I don't remember any of that. And
There's so much Star Wars stuff behind me.
it's like good. I need to do another marathon.
Let's quickly discuss the Sarlacc pit. So, like, you would think it just chews you up right then. It's got all these terrifying teeth. Apparently, you just go down there and digest for 1,000 years.
Yeah, he says that in the movie.
So when he crawls out, and apparently he just like steals some oxygen and fires up his flamethrower and then breaks through the sand. It doesn't really show him climbing out. Not quite sure how he managed to do that, but okay.
I don't know if he killed the Sarlacc.
I don't think so. They're got to be huge, right?
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, it's huge. But like he put a flamethrower in there for a while on the inside. I see a white screen. I don't know what you're looking at. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's not what I was trying to
So when he breaks out of the Sarlacc, and then he gets his armor stolen from the Jawas that was already talked about in Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. Is that why he has this burning scars? Is from being digested in the Sarlacc pit?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, apparently it's huge according to this
Sarlacc is
diagram that like below the earth. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they say digested for 1,000 years, but I mean you're gonna die fairly quickly. Your body's
like this thing has all kinds of deadly things about it, like the tongue.
I've been inside a Sarlacc.
Where?
In The Force Unleashed.
Oh, okay.
What?
What was the name of that character? It's a video game.
No, Star Killer.
Star Killer.
I was like, what are y'all talking
The
about?
OG name of Luke.
The name they wanted to name Skywalker.
Wish I was more like knowledgeable. Like I had
No,
more,
but this is
because
good.
I don't know.
This is why I like people from a variety of backgrounds,
Yeah,
as
not
she says in
everybody
the
can be
beginning.
knowledgeable about everything.
Because for a particular situation like this, like for me, it's frustrating. Well, the main thing is I never cared for Boba Fett. B, I know all
Really,
the
I
stuff.
don't think I've ever heard you say that before.
I have to say, why
like
is it that it's like with every kind of universe, like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, there's characters you just don't care for.
But he wasn't even a character. He was like in it
like
for
some
like
deep
three.
set.
He was in it for 3 minutes. Not even said one line.
But I mean, it's just it's like Hawkeye. I mean, he was in some stuff. I know. Actually, okay, that was a bad example. Bad example.
No, it's like go to Marvel,
Let me think.
take a background character that is in it, has one line,
But I have to say, when I started
like the
watching
guy playing
Star Wars,
Galaga in Marvel's Avengers. Let's get that guy's backstory.
Wait. When I started watching Star Wars as a newbie, I remember I remember Boba Fett. I remember that being a character.
Because he had a rocket on his back, and it was kind of cool. Okay.
It wasn't like he was this really random character.
Yes, he was.
Well, if you remember him just being a newbie, I don't feel like that's random. And not that random, at least. Because apparently everyone loves him.
Not everyone.
You don't love him.
Obviously, Gabi does not.
Okay, moving on.
I think it's cool though. They make. I mean, because we know all these other characters. Let's explore.
So you want to explore?
like you're saying, it's like Marvel. They have to expand because they run out of characters.
But you want to explore every background character's background?
Well, they haven't done every character background. This is
I'm
Boba
sorry.
Fett.
I was getting a charger for my headset. Did you compare Boba Fett to the guy that plays Galaga in the Avengers?
Yes. Just a one-off.
I don't even know who that
one-off
is.
character.
Gabi.
I don't even know who that
I don't
is.
know what to say to that.
Okay.
Let's move on. You're right.
No, let's get IG-88. Oh, let's get his background. Who made him? Let's get his prequel.
I don't know. I feel like Boba Fett.
And he was an actual character in the show.
I feel
But
like
I don't care.
I feel like a Boba Fett's appropriate, and I think it's okay that they doing this. I don't agree with you.
I feel it's okay they doing this.
Okay, so just a real quick overview of the show, because I don't want to go detail by detail. Basically, Boba's in charge now of Mos Espa crime syndicate. Mm-hmm. He's giving flashbacks as to how he gets to this point. And then in the modern times, he's trying to establish the fact that I'm the new crime boss now. And he has people coming in, bringing him tributes. The guy that apparently the director, the Robert Rodriguez, was one of those people, the Tank Trangoshan, something like that.
Yeah, the lizard guy.
That was the director.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's lots of little interest.
Also, his lady friend.
Fennec Shan.
She was a cool. I liked her fighting scenes.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh,
This is
The
my
action was kind of lackluster.
this
in
is
this
my
episode for me.
biggest gripe of the show.
Well, you've already griped a lot, so
The fight scene after they come out of the wannabe Mos Eisley cantina, which also was a weird interaction between him and that Twi'lek, which was Jennifer Beals. Apparently, she's been in other stuff. I don't know.
I keep hearing the name. I think I've heard it before, but I have no idea what she's in.
I don't.
haven't
She's
looked it up.
she's been in a few other things. That was weird because it's like I'm here. I've taken over, and I'm going to get a piece of your business here. She's like, okay.
Piece of your booty.
And so she's like, okay. So it's like, that was a weird interaction. So clearly she's going to stab him in the back at some point.
obviously I felt that.
If she didn't, that was like some really bad writing.
She was in Flashdance.
I'll be honest, when I said lady friend,
Exactly.
I honestly wasn't even talking about her. I was talking about Ming or Fennec Shand. I was
No, I know. We said that.
Oh,
I said
okay.
Fennec Shan.
Oh, okay.
But then I was going, then you said her fighting, and the fight that we're going to discuss comes after he visits the Twi'lek in this cantina.
Oh, okay.
So they go in the canteen, and he's like, "This is my business now. I get a piece of this." She's like, "Okay." They walk out. He has a the helmet full of coins. They get attacked. This scene where they get attacked with these people with these shields.
They're like laser shields. Like if you touch
I've
one.
seen better action scenes in like Starsky and Hutch in the 70s. This was absolutely atrocious.
What made it atrocious?
Agreed.
It looked cheap. The choreography looked like overly rehearsed. Like, ooh, I'm coming at you with my right. It was super cheesy looking. I don't know what it attributed to.
I never noticed the fight, I guess.
It looked like bad TV, like TJ Hooker, like 80s action. That's what it looked like.
My question was, why are they walking down the street with no bodyguards and no weapons?
And they brought that out on the podcast.
No
like,
weapons at all.
They made a big deal about talking about the Gamorreans. You want us to hose them down and, that in the cantina. And they're like,
and then they're just missing.
And then suddenly, conveniently, they're gone just to come into action and save them in the end. Like, that was so weird.
I was kind of wondering where they were at.
Where are they at? They've been with you the whole time.
Also, why do they not have any weapons?
I don't know.
They have no guns. They have no.
Well, maybe they're like super confident in themselves, and
well, that was foolish.
Needed it, which
So the action
that was extreme hubris.
It's terrible, and the plot hole. Where were the Gamorreans? Why weren't they there? So then we go to this horrible parkour scene. Horrible! It was so horrible? Cheesy. It was cheesy.
They did a lot of monkey jumps or whatever the crap they're called.
I kind of was like, whenever they were doing those jumps, like when they land and like when they land on their squats. Yeah, I was kind of thinking I really want to try doing that.
It was really cool when they like put their hands down and like jumped over the wall like 5 times. It was real cool.
Yeah,
it was real cool. I haven't seen that since like 2010.
I thought I was like really wanting to do that.
It's cool.
So then in the flashbacks,
super
cool. Stop fighting, kids. Then we go to the flashbacks. The weirdest.
It was fantastic.
I'm not okay. So he's kidnapped by the Tusken Raiders.
Hardcore.
He's kidnapped by the Tusken Raiders, and they just randomly take him as a slave, potential fellow Raider.
Maybe they're gonna.
Are they going to test him?
That's canon. I feel like they took Anakin's mom as a hostage or something. I don't know why.
So are they going to try to make him a Raider? Or are they going to like test his skills? And I don't know. We don't know yet. I guess we'll see in the show. Also, I hate flashback sequences. I've hated it since Arrow. Arrow killed me with the flashback sequences.
That's
because Arrow sucked.
You messed up by watching Arrow.
I don't like flashback sequences.
I like them.
They're great for exposition, nothing else. So they're in the he's with the Tuskens. They have him. He's trying to escape. Okay. So why did he use the whatever that dog was to cut his rope? He chokes it out, uses his teeth.
Oh, that was weird.
He uses his teeth to cut the ropes, and then he pets it?
It's showing he's a good guy.
I know.
He just was using him.
No, but that was so random. And
he asked if you wanted the Rhodian for him to cut his bonds.
And this was an excellent point that this guy in this other podcast made, /film. He said, we're being told throughout these last several iterations of Boba Fett that he's not as ruthless as he was. And he says, and this is a trope of when if a person kicks the cat, oh, that's a bad guy. A movie trope. Like that's how they telegraph the type of person they are.
If they kick the cat, they're bad. If they pet the dog, they're good.
Right. Exactly. So this is literally him petting this thing. But we've not seen any motivation for him to suddenly turn good. Because he just came out of the Sarlacc pit when he tried to kill Han and Luke.
I understand what you're saying.
Like literally. Okay. It's the same guy.
I see what you're saying now. They haven't given him time to show the audience that he actually is like Mandalorian.
What's causing this transition in him? Why did he
was
pet
never
the
a
dog?
bad guy though? He was just a bounty hunter.
I was gonna say aren't bounty hunters aren't like bad. They're just catching people.
I mean, look at Dog.
I prefer not to.
Exactly.
So anyway,
Wait, what?
Dogs Without a
IG-88 was
Header.
pretty bad, wasn't he? Until he got reprogrammed.
That rascal was ready to kill Grogu.
But he's a robot.
Okay, well,
Boba's not a robot.
he's
got emotions, man.
he's a human.
He's a human.
Actually, we don't know that he's a human. We don't know where he's from.
He's a clone.
Oh, wait, he's a clone.
Oh.
No, he's a clone.
He's an unaltered clone,
That's
so
right.
technically he's just a man.
Do you think he's going to meet?
He's
another,
just a simple man.
Do you think he's going to meet another clone in the show?
I hope so.
That's what I'm.
People have been clamoring for all the different clone troopers
clone
that
on
actually
clone
survived
action.
through the cartoon to show up at some point.
More Tamura. Great.
Lots more Tamura.
And then, so then the show ends with him in the flashback sequence killing this big,
Giant.
weirdly
Look like a
animated
lizard thing.
monster with
Maybe a Godzilla.
6 arms. It was awful.
Like a Godzilla thing going. Kind of looked like
It looked like
a
those.
weird lizard thing.
It looked like those 80s monsters. What's the Clash? I'm going to steal this from Slash
Wrath
Film as
of
well.
Titans.
All of my takes stolen from Slash Film. Just listen to that one. It looked like the Clash of Titans monster. Like that type of
Are you
monster.
talking about the old version?
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about like the
Jason and the Argonauts. That's
Yeah.
what it looked like.
No, I can kind of see that actually.
It was
now that I think
bad
about it.
animation. I like it. Oh my.
something from stop motion.
Yes.
The head was, I could tell when they like the little dude, the little Tuscan dude had the little head. The head looked really fake. I don't know. It didn't look real.
But this is Star Wars. I love the worlds. I love the world building. I just pray it gets better. But I hated this first episode.
I just think you need to give it this first step or the show
because it was
a chance.
all just set up.
Yeah,
But it still
I
had-
didn't hate it.
It had bad action scenes and bad acting.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I had problems with it, obviously, but I didn't hate it. I knew it was going to be pretty bad from the first episode, anyway.
I came in not knowing exactly what I was going to feel. I didn't have any pre-feelings. I just knew this was a Star Wars story, and I was looking forward to it.
Well, that doesn't work for me because I just watched 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, which I freaking loved and I thought was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a spinoff of that by the creators, and all the people involved in that are making this. So I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
I see.
And it was,
You were expecting it to be like Mandalorian.
yes, give me that quality. Like cinematic quality TV show is what Mandalorian
I
was.
understand where you're coming from with you when you put it that way. Actually, I guess I didn't put them on the same scale just because I had never. Boba Fett is a character that I'm not like super well known. Like he's just the character in Star Wars, but so
They could not recreate the magic of The Mandalorian, which is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do that with any show.
They are continuing Mandalorian though, right? Like after this season of Boba Fett, they're going to make.
They had to.
Not really.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
continuing.
they completed it with Grogu being gone.
No, like. Well, I guess that's
I
true.
mean, they completed
That's
that
true. I
arc.
guess that's true, but
It's continuing.
But I think I heard they said after Boba they're going to do season 3. But anyway, all right. Well, I hated it. Deej did not hate it.
I didn't hate it.
Sade enjoyed it.
No. I didn't hate it, but I'm looking forward to seeing what else they have to offer.
They can only go up from
Like,
here.
I'm not saying this was my favorite episode. I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, I'm looking forward to the second episodes, to see how well it will get.
How long did you stick with the Flash and Green Arrow?
DJ, I think that's
Touche,
interesting.
DJ. You know
Deej.
what? You make a valid point, sir. And I have nowhere to go. I cannot.
No,
risk
here's
flying.
why. Because he likes the Flash because it's a cheesy show. It's cheesy and it's comedy.
That's true. I was expecting Mandalorian's quality, but got Flash.
He doesn't. He doesn't expect the Flash to be an amazing show, but he'll watch the Flash
It would be dumb to imagine that.
and Supergirl.
Let's see. I had one last point, but now it's gone. Anyway, all right. Well, I can't think of it. So, any final thoughts? I think we've covered it all,
I don't have
but-
any. No, I think we covered it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I guess we'll see what episode 2 holds.
I hope like next podcast, maybe you have a change of heart just a little bit. Like, you know, you won't say you hate it.
I'd like us to at least attempt to do a weekly show, at least of Boba Fett.
Okay.
As terrible
Let's do
or as
it.
good as it may be.
Is that going to be our like new
That can be
resolution thing?
That can be our New Year's resolution. A new year, new us.
Just kidding.
So we'll put these out every Monday, and we'll discuss Boba Fett while it is on. That's gonna do it for this episode. I'm Gabi.
I am Sharday.
And I'm Deej.
Later, dudes.